October 9th, 1871. Chapter 47. Promises. Poppy, darling! Am I in heaven? Is that an angel calling me? Poppy, wake up! Someone was crying. Maybe I'm dead. Slowly, Poppy opened her eyes. Claire was holding her and rocking her. Oh, my sweet Poppy, to think you went through all of this alone. I wasn't alone. I had Mew. She tried to sit up. Oh, where's Mew? Right here. Justin held the kitten up. She's fine, Poppy. You saved her. Is Justin crying? The bag. Where is it? Poppy mumbled. Claire looked around. Over there, on the ground. It dropped when you fell. Don't lose it. Don't let anyone get it. Poppy strained to get up, but fell back into Claire's lap, sick and dizzy. It's all right, Poppy. It's right here. Justin picked up the paper satchel from where it had fallen and handed it to her. It's heavy. You carried this all the way? Poppy nodded. It's for your father, she whispered. For me? Poppy looked up and realized that Justin's whole family stood around her with anxious faces. Justin handed the satchel to his father. Mr. Butterworth looked puzzled as he reached inside and pulled out the velvet bag, and then he gasped. The jewels! Father opened the bag, then poured the gems onto Poppy's lap. They're all here, including... He plucked Mrs. Palmer's emerald from the pile. I can't believe it. I didn't steal 'em, I swear, Poppy struggled to explain. Of course you didn't, Claire said, kissing her on the cheek. When I got to State Street, the prisoners were running wild, breaking into the stores and taking things. I saw the broken windows in your shop, so I went over to see. Poppy stopped in a fit of coughing. Here, Poppy. Mrs. Butterworth held a pail of water to her lips. You don't need to explain, dear. Just rest. Poppy needed to tell the Butterworths what had happened. After she sipped the water, she went on. Inside, the men were fighting over the clocks, and one of them had this velvet bag in his knapsack. Justin once showed me the jewels in that bag, so I knew they belonged to you. She stopped and looked up at Justin. Oops, I'm sorry, Justin. It doesn't matter if he showed you the jewels, Poppy, Mr. Butterworth said. I'm thankful he did. But how did you get the bag from the thief? Charlie asked. While he was fighting, I reefed it from him. You reefed it from him? Father shook his head and chuckled softly. You picked his pocket. Poppy nodded. It's a wonder you got away alive, my child, Mother said in horror. It was dark and no one saw me. Besides, Poppy looked down, I'm a real good pickpocket. Father quickly gathered the jewels and put them back into the bag. Then he took Poppy's hand. Little girl, little Poppy, you could have lost your life to save those jewels for us. There you were, so brave as you struggled through that fire all alone, and thinking we never believed in you. To Poppy's astonishment, Mr. Butterworth's eyes filled with tears. It's all right, sir, Poppy said gently. I knew you would have had trouble believing in someone like me, but I never did steal that chain, or whatever it was you thought I'd taken. Claire drew her close. We wanted to tell you how sorry we were that you overheard us that night, Justin interrupted. It was all my fault. I didn't want to get blamed. Aw, Poppy, I'm so sorry. Mr. Butterworth put his hand on Justin's shoulder. I know how much you want to be included in our business, my boy, and you felt left out. Now that we have the jewels, thanks to Poppy, we can start over again, and things will be different. You'll see, after all, we're a family. And that family includes you, Poppy, Claire promised. Indeed it does, Mr. Butterworth agreed.